The European Union monitoring mission in Georgia is an unarmed civilian mission. Over 200 monitors from 26 member states of the European Union were deployed on the ground in Georgia after the conflict between Russia and Georgia in 2008. The main tasks of the mission are patrolling day and night, observing the situation on the ground, reporting incidents and contributing to security by its presence.
You're aware that the end of the August war in 2008 was brought about by the European Union brokering a ceasefire between Russia and Georgia, and part of the ceasefire accords was the deployment of a civilian unarmed European mission to the area of conflict. So the European Council decided on the 15th of September that we should deploy, and we were here basically on the 26th and resumed our patrols on the 1st of October.
Since October 2008, the mission has been carrying out its duties on the ground. This work is coordinated by the operations unit in the headquarters in Tbilisi. Here the daily and special tasks are developed. The focus is on the areas close to the administrative boundary lines of Abkhazia and South Ossetia and in the areas adjacent to them.
The area of responsibility covers the entire territory of Georgia, including the breakaway regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. However, due to the political situation on the ground, we only are operating on the Tbilisi administered territory. We work out of 3 offices: Subdidi in the west, Gori in the middle, and Sketa in the east.
The morning shift in field office Subdidi is preparing for patrol. Jane Allen is the patrol leader. The day's duties include talking to those who are in the checkpoints. The team meets the Georgian police to get the latest information about the security in the area. Georgian regular police and special units are cooperative in their meetings with EUMM monitors. The Ruki Bridge is the only way to enter Abkhazia from Georgia. The mission is patrolling here every day to collect information about how easy or difficult it is for civilians to cross.
It's basically freedom of movement, to see how many people are crossing, if they have any problems crossing, the security, what documentation they need to cross, children, and how much it costs, basically.
The area on the other side of the bridge is controlled by Russian bodyguards. The Russian military are also here. A key part of the monitor's daily work is being transparent and observing the numbers of personnel, their vehicles, their helicopters and their movements.
That was a Russian helicopter, but it didn't violate the ABL. It was just patrolling the ABL. So that is our task as well. Helicopters and violations, basically.
This information is collected and forwarded to HQ. The watchkeeper is responsible for gathering the information that comes in.
Hello, watchkeeper.
Hello, Zogdidi. Headquarters watchkeeper, I'm speaking.
We are exactly now in green 13 area, Echo 1, and we just observed a Russian helicopter was flying from Pakulani via north via Ruki Bridge direction to Ganmakuri Beach.
Every field office has a permanent watchkeeper on duty at all times. The HQ watchkeeper coordinates all the relevant information that comes in.
Watchkeeper's job at the headquarters of EUMM is to be always aware what's going on, what's happening in the mission. Especially operations, we need to know every time, all the time, where the patrols are, what are they doing, and this is because of security reasons of stuff, and of course it is because of operational reasons. If the head of mission wants to know, we can provide him the information.
Hans-Jörg Haber, a German diplomat, has been the head of mission since the mission started in September 2008. His aim is to encourage all parties from the conflict to talk, cooperate and resolve issues relating to incidents and general security, and to ensure there is no return to hostilities.
I think the one challenge is to prevent the recurrence of armed conflict, which is another word for stabilization, and as I said, we are pretty good at that, but it requires constant attention and never falling back. and the other one because if you only stabilize, you basically refreeze the conflict, and then it will break out again at some stage, sooner or later. So we have to somehow try to overcome the root causes of the conflict, and that's commonly called confidence building. And as I said, it's a big challenge still for us. We are working on it, but it requires a great effort and some patience.
Gori is the biggest of the 3 EUMM field offices. Over 100 monitors work here. The ABL team is living in their armored vehicles to patrol along the administrative boundary line of South Ossetia.
Today the ABL and confidence building team is actually checking the situation in area Whiskey 3, meaning that we mainly observe new Russian observation positions along the ABL, and of course also collecting information with the local security forces, police and special police units.
Georgian police units are positioned along the ABL. The EUMM monitors have regular contact with them and collect information about their activities. Since the mission cannot enter South Ossetia and Abkhazia, the monitors collect information about new Russian military bases and the Russian border guards from the Georgian side using modern equipment. Information gathering from the local population is part of the daily work. Information about where Russian soldiers are patrolling comes from a number of sources.
Not with Russian guys looking from their observation post.
Where are
The same time.
Yes.
Around yesterday.
In the morning, okay.
All the information is collected by the field offices and summarized in a daily report to HQ. Often monitors start writing on their drive back to the office. The reporting and information unit in headquarters collects the daily reports from the field offices and compiles clear and concise reports to Brussels. Every week a summary of all that has happened is prepared and delivered via Brussels to all 27 EU member states.
Well, we implement our mandate of stabilization, normalization, confidence building and informing European policymakers mainly by monitoring, analyzing and reporting. The reporting section's role in this process of information management is crucial, and we are tasked and eager to deliver timely and accurate information for further follow-up, be it within the mission or with the European policymakers.
One of the mission's key jobs is to ensure the situation on the ground remains stable.
I think we are very good on stabilization. This is one part of our mandate. The other ones are normalization and confidence building. We've also made significant progress in the early stages of our mission on normalization, because that was understood as meaning the return of the IDPs, the internally displaced persons, to their homes. And as soon as we took up our work, about 30,000 of them were able to return. And we are less good on confidence building because the parties to the conflict don't really want it in serious at this stage.
For transparency and confidence building, the mission has cooperation agreements with the Georgian Defense and Internal Affairs ministries. These limit the activities and weaponry of the armed forces and police in the areas close to the ABLs of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. The mission monitors compliance with these agreements. To develop greater confidence and cooperation between the conflict parties, discussions in Geneva were initiated under the 2008 Six-Point Agreement. In February 2009, the Geneva meeting led to the setting up of an incident prevention and response mechanism. This has led to a series of talks between representatives from Georgia, Russia, South Ossetia and Abkhazia. As part of its work, the mission observes the return and the conditions of the internally displaced persons, IDPs. The humanitarian team from Field Office Mitshyata is visiting an IDP settlement. The inhabitants have complained about damage to their homes.
We usually visit the IDP settlement on regular basis. We are assigned, each patrol has assigned different IDPs settlement. And we, let's say, follow up specific cases they have, or we help them in relations with the local authorities, follow-up cases about housing, even deficiencies they have in their buildings or settlements, and this is the general job we usually perform on our teams.
Details about the needs and concerns of the local population are passed to the relevant local, national or international bodies who can offer protection or provide assistance.
Nobody goes. They cannot.
So this house is empty, I understand.
Yes, it's empty.
And the people that is assigned to this house, where are they living?
და სად არიან ახლა ეს ოჯახი საცხოვრობს?
The family has moved out. Other inhabitants of this IDP settlement are staying and coming to terms with the problems they face. This woman shows a big crack on the wall.
How many people are living here in this house?
და რამდენი ადამიანი ცხოვრობს? 3.
Four people. Three people. When we, let's say, find out a human rights case or related to human rights, like, for instance, freedom of movement, we also monitor the freedom of movement, the capabilities they have to come back to their own, to the former villages or houses.
The situation is sometimes difficult, often challenging, but the EU monitoring mission will continue to seek to overcome the causes of conflict, to prevent hostilities returning in the future.